Hey, good morning. Welcome back to my bait cave. Hope you guys are doing good out there. It's a really beautiful day here in South Texas. Before we get started and I get too deep in anything and I forget, I want to remind everybody you got a couple days left on my 200 subscriber swim bait drawing. If you got a chance and you want to enter to win, go. I think it's going to be 2 videos back from this one. Just go follow the instructions and get logged on, and I'll get your name in a hat. So today I got a new mold I want to try out. It's a 4.4 Epic ShadderBait. Let me see if I can do this without dropping anything. The hook slots. I might have to lay it down flat to show it to you. Or already want to come out, but it's a chatterbait trailer. It's kind of a new design. This came out around the same time as the sleigh bait mold, and I didn't know which one I wanted first, so I got the sleigh bait. I thought I'd get more use out of it, but then I've always wanted this one. I'll show you a little bit more about it. I wanted to show you one more thing. So in the chatterbait trailer world, this used to be all I had. This was it for several years. Single cavity mold. I have several of them, so I used to be able to stack them up and make a bunch of them. I'm not going to abandon this mold. It comes with a nice tail mold, so you can change the colors and everything. It was pretty good for the time when I was just starting out. I didn't know much about the chatterbait trailer world. I was just getting into it, so that was the go-to mold of its time. But now this new design by Epic, it's going to open up a lot of new opportunities for the chatterbaits that I make and I like to fish with. Compared to the old one, this is going to give a whole lot more action in the tail and the chatterbait itself, but also it's going to have a lower and upper hook slot, which if you want to throw your chatterbaits into some heavy cover or down by brush piles, you're not going to have to skin hook it to make it weedless. You can bury it up in the hook slot. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But here's a typical setup with a chatterbait head. The trailer itself would come up over the little keeper, and then the hook is going to come out like this, where it's going to be all exposed, but easy for that fish to get hooked on. But if you choose to delete the hook slot and use it in this manner, this hook is a little bit small, but I guess if you get the drift what I'm saying. So my typical chatterbait I like to make them like this on a swing head, and this has been my go-to setup for a long time. I don't use too much of those solid, I don't know what you would call that, with this typical chatterbait right here. I don't know what you call that type of head. I guess a swim jig. This is what I like to use as a swing head. Now this one, see, it's got a worm hook on it, so you would rig it just like your regular Texas rig. And if you wanted to use the lower hook slot, see that hook would bury up in there really nice. And then what I'm getting, the other part that I like is with this upper hook slot. Let me see if I do it like this. Okay, so here's what I'm getting at. I'll have the opportunity now to rig this on a worm hook and bury that hook in this, go through the hook slot, and then skin hook it right up in here. So it'll be setting right in like that if you can get it. When I'm finished, I'll show you. I'll rig one up so it'll sit just like that, which I kind of like that. And then I can throw this in heavy cover and everything. The hook's protected. It's like a skin hooked, but it's really not in the skin. It's gonna give it a much more hookup opportunity. So this is what I'm looking, brand new setup for me, and what I'm looking forward to is it's still going to be the swing head jig, but it's going to be on a swim bait hook. So it's going to have a big enough nose here to bring it up on there, and look how that's going to sit in there, just like that. I think this is a 5/0 hook right here. Hold on. This is one of my favorite swim bait hooks. It's an Eagle Claw 5/0, and that's exactly what I got on here, and it sits in there perfect. So I'm really looking forward to trying this new setup right here. I've been looking forward to it for quite a while now. And then the setup with this regular worm hook. This is a 5/0. I use these in 5s, 6s, and 7s, and I think this mold right here will take up to a 7. I'm not sure, but right now it's going to be the 5s. That's all I got on hand. I've really been debating on what to do today. You know, a lot of times you get a new mold and you want to practice with it, get it right before you actually try to display your product. But I'm so confident with Epic molds. I've never had an issue with them before, not a single one. If there was ever a problem, it was operator error, not a mold problem. So I think I'm just gonna go right into it today. Well, I think I'm gonna start with is a smoky shad. Here's the recipe for it. There's gonna be a few change ups in this. Let me get that in the camera right. Really the biggest change up is gonna be on the bottom. Whereas I used to use a pearl powder, but today, so what I started doing a while ago is I got this non-bleed white pearl. This is an MF manufacturing product. I prefer to use this over a powder when I'm using a pigment on a 1/2. This works a lot better than trying to blend it in with have a powder on one side and a pigment on the other. I find this has been doing pretty good. I've been using it for probably a year and a half now. The top half is going to remain the same, with just the slightest difference of the flake sizes. I haven't been able to get these 035 flakes anymore. Everything is 040. And that may be because of where I'm getting them from versus, you know, where that a recipe back in the day, I guess they were 035, now they're 040, which I don't think you can tell the difference in that. And the plastisol I want to use today is going to be this 242 Ultra Clear Low Odor. I think this is going to be a good blend for a chatterbait trailer. So we got a couple plastic all vacuumed out and ready to go. I'm going to do the belly color first since it's the easiest. We'll start off with 10 drops. Hope that's a little bit more, but that's all right, because I think this may not be thick enough. Oh no, that might be it. Want to be in 12 drops. Just looking at it right here. I'm going to put 3 more to make it 15. I might call that good right there. No, it's not going to show up on this table, but I can see the pearl in it. I'm gonna leave it right there. All right, this one's gonna be the top. So my top color is gonna be 2 drops of black. Well, and I got 3. It's still gonna be in the realm of what I want a charcoal. charcoal looking color. I think it's going to be okay. I wish I wouldn't have dropped that extra drop in there. I think it's still good. Tad bit darker than I wanted, but that's all right. So the first color will be this 040 black. Just going to put a quarter in there. .040 royal blue, another quarter. Want to heat the royal blue a little bit. And then the last is 015 silver, which that might heap a little bit in and of itself. I think I'm going to go just like that. Alright, let's see how that looks. I think it's going to be translucent enough. Alright, got the plastic about 350. 340 to 350, somewhere in that range. And I went ahead, I want some slave baits in this color also, so went ahead and put that mold in here. I'm gonna shoot these. I'm gonna shoot the ShadderBait color first. I'm gonna shoot the ShadderBait first, because that's what I'm really going after today. But if I have a little extra plastic, I'll get me some slave baits. Well, here we go. Let's see. Those all good. Definitely gonna have enough for the slave baits, I can tell already. Quite a bit left over. So I'll always make sure these stay topped off, which these epic molds have a pretty big sprue area, so they kind of stay topped off. Something else I like about them. Alright, I'll get cleaned up, let these cool off, and bring it back when it's ready. Something else I forgot to show you was the blending block. Sometimes you can look at that and see how well the colors are going to play together. Alright, these are cooling down nice. I got the injector all cleaned up. Cut these things off right here. Makes it a little nicer. Let's look at my very first 4.4 epic ShadderBait. Been waiting a long time for this. Oh yeah. This is about what I was thinking of right there. Could have went a little bit lighter. Could have went just a little bit lighter on that top color, but that extra drop fell in there. You know, once it's in, you can't take it out, right? So that is the Epic ShadderBait. Now you can put eyes on these if you want to use them as a standalone lure, or you can leave the eyes off and put them on your chatterbait jig heads. There we go. I can't see nothing wrong with none of them. That's what I was talking about. These epic moles are just phenomenal. I can't get over the workmanship and the time that they put into designing these moles, and all the trial and error, to where when they send the mole out, it's perfect. So let's not forget about those slave baits I was telling y'all about. I just thought I would, well, I had plastic in the injector, I would go ahead and shoot these things. I started using these last summer. See, a little bit more streamlined. Got the same principle with the upper and lower hook slot. These are more of a standalone. I always put eyes on these, and a lot of times I'll put a shad dot or what some people call a kill dot right here, right behind that fin. I'll show you how I do that. So there we go. The slave bait. All right, here goes round 2. So on this round, I lighten the black up by 1 drop. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference, but I think it did. So far, I like what I'm seeing. Look how well this mole laminates right out the box. Yeah, I can tell I lightened it up a little bit. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but I can got just a little bit more translucent on the black. See, a lot of times some will drift down there like that. I don't even care. I think that just gives it more character. All right. Well, we'll put some kill dots on these. Don't forget about the slave baits. These are going to get eyes and a kill dot. I think lightening up the black by one drop that did the trick. Alright, so the last thing I wanted to do was show you my method for putting a kill dot on an injected molded bait. If you've been watching any of my videos for a while, you know on the open pour molds I like to pour them, but that don't work so well in an injected mold. So let me show you this product right here. This is made by Lure Works. It's black dotting 3022. It's considered dotting paint, and it when it dries, it adheres real good to the plastic. A little bit goes a long way, so that's just a regular old nail. I don't know if I get that to focus. Don't want to focus that well, but it's just a nail in my little grip tweezers. And instead of dipping in there where I can make a mess, I just use this lid. It's be a little different on camera. I think this one might go right in the middle of that fin right there. I try to find a spot where I can get them all the same. So if I use a point of reference, I can always get a general vicinity on all of them. So pretty much that's it. Pretty simple. And then I just hang them on these hangers right here and let it dry. Kind of neat, huh? So I think I'm going to do the same thing on the sleigh bait. Just going to put it right up in there. And of course, if that ever goes dry, all you got to do is just put it on the can and shake it up again. So that's it for the smoky shad. Once this dries, it takes a little while to dry, but once it dries, I've tried to peel it off and I never could. So I kind of like it. And of course the red eyes. All right, well, that's about it for me today. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for joining in. And don't forget, in 2 days, I'll be doing a drawing for the 200 subscriber giveaway. It's those 2 sets of swim baits. If you're interested, you can still got time to sign up. I think it's going to be 2 videos back from this one. If you'd like, you can go take a look and follow instructions and give me a follow and a share and get your name in the hat. As always, I appreciate all your comments. If you have any ideas for me, I'd like to hear them. And if you've been following me for a while, you know what my theory is. You got to get out there and enjoy this good weather. You got to go fishing, and you got to get your kids out there fishing. Start getting you some equipment together to make your own lures. That's the best kind of fishing, is when you get out there and catch a big one on your lures and your ideas. There's nothing else like that. So all you guys be safe out there. Be safe on the water. Make sure them youngins wear the life jackets. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.